Hi there, just going to give you a quick video about the Historic Performance ShowMe indicator for TradeStation. It works for RadarScreen and Chart Analysis. And basically this is an indicator that lets you look at a historical period of time and see what the performance was. Basically, like you can look at maybe the first part of the year, January 1st to May, or maybe the fall to winter time, September to December, or any period that's interesting to you. You can look at it, and then this indicator will tell you kind of what the historical performance was, and maybe you can see if it's something you'd want to investigate to see if that's a trade you'd want to look for. Basically, I use this to kind of give me things to put on a watch list for a particular time of the year, and just to see if something sets up that I want to take advantage of. And our website and contact information are listed here at the bottom of the slide. So if you have any questions or comments, give us an email, and we'd love to hear from you, and we'll try to see what we can do to help you out. And let's see, we'll go ahead and get going here, and just to give you the legal information, I would urge you to pause the video and read through this. Basically, we're saying this is everything we do is for educational purposes only. We're not giving any type of financial advice, no advice to buy or sell anything. Everything you do is fully your responsibility, and it's up to you to get the information from the appropriate professionals or whoever you need to talk to make good decisions for trading or investing. We're not doing that. And okay, let's get going here. Okay, got a TradeStation workspace pulled up here. Have a radar screen with just a few stocks, and then a chart analysis window. And basically, this works for daily data, so you'll need to have your radar screen set for daily. So let's see. Let's go ahead and insert the indicator here. It's a ShowMe technique, or historic performance. We'll add that. I always like to put it at the end. And we'll go ahead and format that. Let's see. First, we'll start over here. We'll want to load some extra data. I always put about 5 years worth of data. And you'll notice this number should match this number here. And then the default is just to look at basically January 1st to February 1st, but we'll look at a little bigger period. We'll go through the end of April. And so that's what we're doing here. This is setting up, to start month January, the start day, the first day of January. The indicator will figure out the actual first trading day. So obviously January 1st is always a day the markets close. So if it's January 2nd, 3rd, whatever it is, that'll be the day that we actually start. But the indicator will figure out the first trading day that's closest to this date, but after it. And on the end date, we're going April 31st, and again, the indicator, if this happened to be on a weekend or whatever, the indicator would know that and would stop on the closest date that precedes that. So maybe April 30th or 29th, whatever that would be. And let's see, the direction threshold. This is telling us, this is the threshold we use to say how many moves, the percentage moves in a particular direction. So this is setting us up to look for about 5 periods, and so we're saying the threshold is 75%. So at least 4 out of those 5 would have to either move up or down before the indicator would flag that. And then this is saying, okay, say we have 4 out of 5 moving up. The move threshold is saying when we take the average of those up moves, the average has to be at least 10%. And then this min move percent is saying, well, if you want to highlight the stocks that say that have moved at least a certain percentage, then we'll use this. Like I like to use about 3%. And what this will do is this will display in a bright green all the up moves that exceed this threshold, and if they don't, they'll still be displayed, but they'll just be in a darker green. And the same thing for down moves. If they meet all these thresholds but it's a down move, they'll be displayed in a bright red. And if they don't meet this threshold here, they'll be displayed in a darker red. So let's see, we'll go ahead and say OK here, get this going, and let that start calculating. It'll take a few seconds for it to go back historically and get all that data. And meantime, we'll come over and insert on the chart analysis. So show me, where are we going to go? Historic performance. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and change those inputs. Make them the same. Okay, close that. Okay, and you can kind of see that the indicator is getting populated here as it goes back and retrieves the data and starts to process it. And so you can kind of see, let's see, like Cisco here. 4 out of the 5 periods were up. That's, all the up moves are being green, either dark green or light green. Down moves will be in either dark red or bright red. So for Cisco, 4 out of 5 were up. Of those 4 up moves, the average was 10.52%, and the minimum up move was 3.98%. So of those 4, the smallest up move was almost 4%. And let's see, for a down move, we can look at, we've got US Steel here. The last 4 out of the 5 years, during the first part of the year, it moved down. The average was minus 20.4%, and of those, the smallest down move was 3.12%. So let's see. Let's look at. We'll go ahead and look at that. So you can see that's the statistics over here. If we come over to chart analysis, we'll have that marked on the chart. You can see where it begins. Begins on the 2nd of January. The first was a non-trading day. So the first day of the period on the chart analysis will be marked with a B, and then every day in between the start day and the end day will have this little plus sign above it, just so you can see the range visually. And then the last day down here, which was on the 29th of April, will have an E, and then you'll see the percentage move for this period. So for the most recent period, we had about a 29% down move. So an awesome move to catch if you could get that. So obviously depending on what kind of trading system you're using, the indicators you use, whatever that is, you probably would have been able to catch some of this. So let's see, that was the first one. We go back 2 years. Let's see, so the year prior to that, just basically kind of choppy, about a 3% up move. So like we said, 4 out of 5 are down, so that one's up. So the next one will be down. So again, a good down move here, depending on the type of system you would have used. There's about a 20% down move that was available. And prior to that, again, kind of a choppy thing. 3%. We had a big down move, big up move. It's been interesting to see what you could have done with that, maybe. And let's see. And then over here, a big down move. Again, your trading system, maybe you would have come down here and maybe decided to get out here and had even better results than with that, like 29%. Again, this is just showing you a period of time. Your system may have told you to get in or get out anywhere along here. So this is just a good indicator I use to kind of to see if a particular system would have given me a good signal, because I know 4 out of the 5 years still moved down during this period. So it's like, okay, would my system have given me that indication in what I made a trade? So it's kind of a good way to see if a system would have worked, kind of a back testing way to see if something works, and also a good way to put some stocks on your watch list for the next upcoming period, whatever this is, and to kind of let you be ready for it. And also wanted to show you on here on the chart analysis, you can do the commentary, and it'll basically pop up a window and kind of give you the let's see, what would give you the same information, but kind of just a summarized breakdown. Shows you the same thing that you see here. Minus 20.39% was the average. 4 out of 5 were down, and the minimum move was minus 3.12%. So the same thing, tells you the number of periods we looked at, gives you the dates, the range of the dates we actually looked at, and what that percentage move was. A few statistics, there was 1 up move, so obviously the average and the minimum would be the same for that. Our 4 down moves, again, the average, the min, and just percentage of up and down moves. So just kind of breaks down some statistics. It kind of breaks this out further in detail if you want to look at it. So let's see, that's still, and Home Depot is interesting. 5 out of the past 5 years, it's gone up at least 5.54% during the first part of the year. So let's look at that. So let's see. So there we go. This is 2013. So boom, nice move there. And still, obviously, you may have even decided to stay in longer, right? I mean, your system may have said, stay in till who knows somewhere in here. So you might have had an even better move than 15%. And let's see. And here's one, 2012. Again, this was up, but we already had a good move prior to that. So maybe your system might have been telling you, hey, it's time to do something in here. And again, well, it looked to have actually been a pretty good exit. Who knows? You might have got out over here somewhere. And let's see, this one, 2011. Again, you might have said, hey, December's the time to, maybe I should look at doing something in December, knowing that the first part of the year is usually pretty good anyway. So if I get a good indication in December, who knows? Maybe I'll let it go for a little while. And another good one over here in 2010, kind of fiddled around a little bit, kind of sideways, then boom, took off. And let's see, what do we got? 2009. Well, actually a big down, but during that time it did come back. So like I said, maybe your system would have said get in here, get out, and maybe you decided to come back in sometime in here. So it just depends. Like I say, this is just an indicator that kind of gives you some places to look and some historical data just to kind of confirm. Sometimes people say certain times of years or certain periods that certain stocks do a certain thing. Well, okay, you can use this indicator to actually analyze it and see if that's true and see if it's something that you might be able to take advantage of. So again, just download this indicator, take a look at it, play with it, see what you can find. And if you have any questions, send me an email. And that's it. So thanks for watching.